Now at 10, classified claims.
Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice.
President Trump unveils what he calls new evidence, how he says elections were vulnerable. Back to Texas. Nebraska's rescue team is deploying once again, how they'll help the Lone Star State recover. Then parasite problems. Lancaster County is now reporting cyclospora cases, how they're tracking the source. Also, stronger together.
It's a multi-system disorder. And to boot, her dad and I had a 1 in 3 million chance.
A rare diagnosis sparking a growing mission. Who's benefiting from their work? Breaking now, President Trump unveiling what he calls new evidence on election security.
You can't have a great country without free and fair elections.
President Trump delivering an address to the nation tonight, announcing the release of what he says are newly declassified intelligence documents detailing vulnerabilities in U.S. election systems. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. President Trump says those previously classified intelligence reports expose weaknesses in electronic voting systems. The documents were posted right here on the White House website during his address. He also claimed China compromised voter data during the 2020 election. However, election officials have previously said there was no evidence of widespread voter fraud in the 2020 presidential election. Trump says the documents also detail what he describes as failures to disclose intelligence.
Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden.
He also says the release is intended to address what he called vulnerabilities in the nation's election system.
Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly.
The president also says his administration will work with states to address what he described as cyber vulnerabilities, while urging Congress to pass new election security legislation. After the speech wrapped up, the Nebraska Democratic Party sending us a statement. They're pushing back on his claims about previous elections, saying, quote, Americans have grown tired of repeated claims of voter fraud without any evidence. Despite this, the president continues to direct his DOJ to indulge his conspiracy theories. We also reached out to the Nebraska Republican Party for reaction. A spokesperson responded saying they'll pass the request along to the right channels and get back to us. So far, that hasn't happened. We also reached out to Nebraska's Republican congressional delegation, as well as Secretary of State Bob Evnen, for comment on the president's address. As of right now, we have not received a response. The Trump administration says more details are coming tomorrow when Homeland Security is expected to outline what he calls, again, cyber vulnerabilities in electronic voting systems. We'll be following that briefing and bringing you the latest developments on air, on our web, and the Now Local News app. Time for your first forecast on this Thursday night, where we saw some rain here in the capital city area. This is just outside of our newsroom around 7:30 tonight. A pretty good shower that lasted for right around 15-20 minutes. I'm sure our lawns and some farmers' fields surely needed it, especially during these hot days that we've had. And citizen journalist Tim sharing this video of the rain in Waverly. You can see with the wind there, it was going sideways there in his backyard. We have other videos on our Now Local News app, and we'd love to see yours. Just download the app. You see the QR code there, and we pay you to send in videos. So let's check in with Rusty now to see if any more rain is on the way. Hey, Rusty.
Hi there, Rod. Yeah, no rain for the rest of the night, but it's kind of interesting. We called for spotty, isolated showers and thunderstorms tonight. It's exactly what we got. Look at this. Lincoln's about the only place that saw measurable precipitation. Oh, look at all those zeros. I hate that because everybody needs precipitation. But a half an inch at the Lincoln Airport, and there were some just southwest and just northeast along Interstate 80, and then just south of Beatrice. But overall, just about everybody missed. I mean, when I say just about everybody, everybody but Lincoln, and that's about it. So temperatures right now are in the 70s, middle and upper 70s. Dew point in the 70s as well in Lincoln and Nebraska City. Everybody else in the 60s, a southeast wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. There's that storm that was lingering in Lancaster County is now gone by the wayside, and we're left with partly cloudy skies. Temperatures very warm tonight. I think we'll drop into the lower 70s briefly and then get to around 90 by noon tomorrow. So it is going to be a hot day and a muggy day. We'll talk about how long that's going to last in the full forecast.
Thank you, Rusty. Developing now, Nebraska's elite search and rescue team is heading to Texas as deadly flooding there strikes the state once again. Nebraska Task Force 1 was swiftly activated this morning with just 4 hours to pack up and embark on a nearly 900-mile trek. The 45-member team left Lincoln this afternoon. It includes 25 Lincoln Fire and Rescue members, 6 civilian specialists, and 2 canine teams. They're on their way to San Antonio as we speak, where they'll receive their search and rescue assignments after arriving. And this isn't the first time Nebraska's task force has answered the call for Texas. You might remember last July, the same 45-member team deployed to help search after that deadly Camp Mystic flooding, spending up to 2 weeks assisting search crews in that devastated region. Now, these are the conditions Nebraska's search and rescue team will soon be working in. At least one person is dead as rising water once again swallows parts of central Texas. Emergency crews are carrying out water rescues, evacuations, and search operations after days of heavy rain. Officials say some rivers have surged a major flood stage, flooding roads, homes, and campgrounds, all while some areas receiving more than 20 inches of rain. In a phone call with CNN, officials say lessons learned from that Camp Mystic flooding made a difference this time around.
With the help of the state of Texas and the Upper Guadalupe River Authority, a whole series of warning tools have been in place before summer. So this time was different in that, with the help of the state and the Upper Guadalupe River Authority, we had more warning. It is my sincere hope that the loss of life, which is the protection of life is our primary responsibility, will be significantly lower than it was last year.
Last year's flooding killed more than 130 people, including dozens of children at Camp Mystic. This time, officials say camps were evacuated early and all campers have been accounted for as first responders continue searches and water rescues across the region. Breaking now, we may know the source of the recent Cyclospora outbreak tonight. ABC News says sources tell them they're linked to shredded iceberg lettuce served at some Taco Bells in Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia. The source says the FDA traced it to a supplier from Mexico. Taco Bell says it's taken immediate action to voluntarily remove potentially impacted lettuce from select states. This comes as we learned today 5 cases of Cyclospora have been detected here in Lancaster County. Health officials say this is not unusual. They usually see cases every summer. Also, 3 cases were confirmed in central Nebraska in the Two Rivers Public Health District. Cyclospora is a parasite causing severe diarrhea, stomach cramps, and nausea that can last for days to weeks. Other parts of the U.S. dealing with many more cases than us.
We typically had about 1 to 5 samples that would come in. Currently, we're getting over 200, sometimes up to 400 a day. It is a challenge to do traceback and figure out what the culprit might be.
Officials commenting tonight saying Nebraska has now reported 49 cases of Cyclospora since May. They say they're working with local and federal partners to determine whether any of the recent cases share a common source. Now, a story of hope and courage, only on 8.
Here is if the individual falls on their face, they will suffocate. So the dog is going to come in, he's going to push the head to the side, and he's going to lay down, keeping the head up so they don't choke.
SIOD is one of the rarest disorders in the world, with only 10 cases in the U.S. and only 1 here in Nebraska. We're talking about Emily. Her family was told she'd only lived to be 9 years old, but last week she celebrated her 23rd birthday. She's beating the odds, and right by her side, you see him right there, her support dog, Hamilton, giving her strength. Our Danielle Da Silva spoke with the Lincoln nonprofit that helped bring the two together, and she also talked to Emily's mom. Danielle?
Emily has had a history of seizures, mobility problems, and neurological issues. And by her side the entire time was this handsome boy right here, Hamilton. And Hamilton and I are currently at Domestic Pups in Lincoln because things have taken a turn for the worse. And for the past 6 days, Emily has been in the ICU unit at UNMC. Now, the folks here are doing what they do best, supporting one another when one of their own is in a time of need. SIOD, or Shimki-immuno-osseous dysplasia, was a complete mystery to the Kester family when their daughter Emily was first diagnosed at the age of 5.
It's a multi-system disorder. And to boot, her dad and I had a 1 in 3 million chance of getting together and having a child with SIOD.
Disease has made Emily small in stature, a trait that influenced the name of her family's group, Little Giants Foundation, pushing for research.
We have so much power within this one child, this one foundation, this one community, this one disease that we could help so many other people with.
The family has been in touch with others around the world, teaching them what they know and giving back to the communities that have helped them, like Domestic Pups in Lincoln, a nonprofit training dogs for people just like Emily.
So truly, training a service dog takes about 2 years. So there's a whole lot that goes into that.
Hamilton met Emily. He was ready, many saying they had an instant connection.
So he knows her. He understands her moods. He understands when she doesn't feel well and what to do with it. Especially, you know, when you get to be a young adult, you don't always want mom and dad there with you all the time.
Hamilton keeps Emily strong. And as per her mom, Emily is keeping their family going as well.
Well, she is a little spitfire. We always say she has an old soul and she loves to do practical jokes. Humor is a big part of our lives because if, you know, you just kind of have to, or it gets too deep, too dark.
As for the group at Domestic Pups, they consider the Kesters family too and aren't going anywhere.
After we place the dog, we're still here for the whole duration of this relationship. We're not going anywhere. We try to go to their fundraisers and support them. They come to ours. So we truly have an ongoing working relationship. We really appreciate what they do.
The group has a golf tournament coming up where they hope to raise funds for the researchers that are studying this rare disease. As for the family, they say they're taking it one day at a time. They hope that the next move is to have Emily go into the rehabilitation unit where she'll receive some PT and OT. We'll be keeping you updated on this story. Reporting from Lincoln, Danielle Da Silva, Channel 8 News.
Heartwarming story. Thank you, Danielle. And coming up next, closing the gap, why all eyes are fixed on the latest group of recruits kicking off their journey to become officers, plus how they'll change the stats at the department.
After showers and thunderstorms rolled through southeast Nebraska this afternoon and early this evening, it's probably it for rain for a while, but it's going to get hot. We'll take a look at the forecast when we come back.
Weather can change in an instant. That's why Channel 8 never stops watching. Coverage you can count on, bringing you Nebraska now.
ABC's seamless steel gutters are larger and stronger than traditional gutters, carrying away 33% more water from your home and handling even the heaviest rains. Stay dry, look great with ABC seamless gutters. Learn more at abcofnebraska.com.
For generations, we've been here, caring for our community. From our roots as Tabitha to who we are today as Eventide, our mission has never changed. We're your local, trusted partner in home health and hospice care, supporting you when it matters most. Guided by faith, grounded in compassion, and committed as a nonprofit to put people first. Eventide, care you can trust when you need it most.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been serving the Lincoln community as a locally owned business for over 100 years. Stop by our showroom to find the latest deals on Lennox furnace and air conditioner replacements. Our licensed technicians will provide the comfort your home deserves.
I'm Pete Ricketts, and I approve this message.
One vote can make a big difference.
Like Pete Ricketts' vote to cut taxes for working people.
Dan Osborne would have voted to raise those taxes.
You know, if I would have beaten Deb Fisher in 2024, the big beautiful bill would have never have passed.
That would mean taxes on my tips.
On my overtime.
On my Social Security. More money out of our pockets.
Higher taxes for working Nebraskans. That's the real Dan Osborne.
Nebraskans can't afford fake Dan Osborne.
Channel 8 Eyewitness News is brought to you by Menards.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. When you're looking for new appliances, Menards is the place to shop. You'll find an excellent selection, the best prices, and great brands that are ready to take home today. Whether it's for a laundry room or kitchen, big or small, you'll be sure to find an appliance that fits your lifestyle. Save over $300 on this Whirlpool 5-cycle dishwasher after sale price and rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Now a story you only see on 8, a robot making a return to Lincoln. We first told you about Turf Tank back in May. It's out of Omaha and is a GPS-driven robot that can paint athletic fields at a very rapid pace. The Lincoln Sports Foundation tournament. It's going to be held at the Lincoln Sports Complex. A Turf Tank can paint lines of up to 20 fields in just a day and a half, a task that usually takes weeks and countless man-hours.
You know, what we utilize the robots for. Today, for example, we're out here helping with the Lincoln Sports Foundation, painting archery for the Junior Olympics. We're also doing logos as well. You know, our product is very versatile.
The first shift of painting began today at 10 a.m. They'll be back again tomorrow, right around 10 o'clock. The archery tournament is set to begin next Wednesday through Sunday. New tonight, a fresh batch of recruits kicking off their journey to become law enforcement officers in our city and our county.
Even though you're sitting day one in the academy and you're not even close to solo patrol, we count you.
20 of them right here joining the Fall Police Academy, which kicked off today. Police telling us this class is unique because they represent an official end to a long-standing problem of short staffing faced by the Lincoln Police Department. According to LPD, when they earn their badges this fall, they will bring the number of staff at the department to 374. That's 101% of the 371 of their authorized strength.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Interesting evening. Much needed precipitation for just this area. That's about it. But look at this. Just enough of a wave, just enough lift, sparked some showers and thunderstorms that dropped anywhere from next to nothing, depending on where you're at, to 1.5 inches to, well, quite a bit. And here's some rainfall totals from these folks sent pictures in to my Facebook page. So thank you very much, Krista, near Northwest High School. That looks like it's about 1.5 inches. This one, Steph, near Northwest 48th in Lincoln. That one looks like it's about 1 inch of rainfall as well. And then Lucas, near Emerald, right at 1 inch. And then in our backyard here at Channel 8, I measured just under 0.8 of an inch, so just over 3/4 of an inch of rainfall in our backyard. So some folks, a lot of rain, some zero. Just that's this time of year. Very spotty, isolated storms certainly happen, and that's what happened tonight. High temperatures today, everybody at 90? Yeah, everybody got to 90 degrees today, 91 in Lincoln, 91 in Columbus, 90 in Grand Island. 48th and Cornhusker Highway. This has just been fascinating to watch. It looks like they're working on this area over here now. This was all dug up the last couple of days, so that was fun to watch. I wish I could see them doing that. I don't like to see this though. Near surface smoke concentration really high off to our north and east. Now, good news, bad news. Bad news, It's happening. Good news, doesn't look like this is going to affect us, but there's a ton of fires up to the north, and one switch of the wind and that could come down towards us. So this has been really bad, and this is the forecast through Friday night. Notice it is shifting off to the east, but look at this over towards Washington, D.C., New York, maybe even Boston, Pittsburgh. I haven't seen air quality indices this high in a really long time, if ever. And I'm talking hazardous. This is as bad as it gets up here in northeastern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, almost all of Michigan, down towards Pennsylvania. I mean, this is really, really bad. This is to the point where nobody should be outside wearing face masks, the whole 9 yards. It's just awful situation going on off to our north and east. So hopefully that doesn't come our way. Temperatures right now are in the 70s and 80s. We're at 76 in Nebraska City, 82 in Omaha, also 80 in Hastings. Everybody else in the middle and upper 70s. Dew points, though, now they're up there all of a sudden. We have all that moisture that came up from the south, and now just about everybody's seeing dew points in the 70s and upper 60s and lower 70s. Heat index this time of night, not really a big deal, but still it's muggy out there, and the breeze is less than 10 miles per hour. There's what's left of those rain showers, just one cloud now. Zooming all the way out, there's the high pressure right there, and that's what brought those showers and thunderstorms our way. Now everything's quieted down as we have lost the heating of the day, and things have quieted down. Now, I don't think we're going to see as much rainfall tomorrow, but we still have a small chance. This is noon on Friday, but watch right there. See this? That right there could spark a thunderstorm. I think the better chance will be off to the north and west, mostly clear skies through 6 p.m. in southeast Nebraska. It's just a small chance. So 71 degrees, that sky's clearing out now. We'll start off around 70. Another warm one tomorrow, 92 with highs in the lower 90s, and we're just on the way up, and that heat index is going to be on the way up as well. You're looking at 90s, maybe even triple digits as we get into Sunday and Monday, then a small chance for storms Wednesday and Thursday, and cooling back down. Thankfully, this heat wave won't last too long. The average high for Lincoln today is 90. When does it get back down to 80? Is it the month of August, September, October, or all the way into November?
This is, on average, the hottest time of the year, right?
Yes, it is. Right dead center, the hottest time of the year.
I'm going to say August, late August, right?
It's close. It's September. In fact, it's September 16th to be exact. So we're close.
Thank you so much, Rusty. Coming up in sports, taking a look at what's ahead for the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Plus, we're counting down the days until Husker fall sports season. That's coming up next. Stay with us.
The process of making chocolate, it's 1 degree Celsius makes a difference on whether it's going to turn out or not. We want to grow, we want to continue to get bigger, but we will not compromise or sacrifice quality.
It's Hy-Vee's protein sale this Friday through Sunday. Get protein-packed savings on hundreds of items across the store. Hy-Vee eggs, 99 cents. Fresh hand-trimmed chicken breasts from our service case, $2.99 a pound. Dannon Greek yogurt, 99 cents. Hy-Vee cottage cheese, $1.98. Salmon fillets, $4.99. Save on First Form sticks, protein pints, and Core Power. Friday through Sunday. Plus, get pickup and delivery in as fast as 30 minutes at Hy-Vee.
For the moments you'll never forget, and the ones that change everything. Every piece has something to say. A.T. Thomas Jewelers, where you'll find the ring that speaks to you. 64th and O Lincoln.
Pete Ricketts is used to getting things paid for. Born into a billionaire family, Ricketts spent millions of his dad's money bankrolling his campaigns. That's why Ricketts doesn't mind voting to increase our costs. Tariff taxes, gas prices through the roof, cuts to Medicaid, and closing rural hospitals. In Pete Ricketts' world, when things cost more, Dad just picks up the tab. Tell Senator Ricketts, Nebraskans pay our own way. Bring down our costs now.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD. So when the job is heavy, GMC Sierra HD reports for duty. Get 4.9% APR plus $2,000 purchase cash on 2026 GMC Sierra heavy-duty Denali models. Visit these Central Nebraska GMC dealers.
The time to buy new furniture is now during Ernie's and Ceresco's mid-year sale and clearance. And we kid you not, this isn't just any sale and clearance. It's the best furniture and mattress values, period. We're making room for exciting new looks and styles. And to help get it done, Ernie's is making the savings as exciting as possible. And not just on a few things. Ernie's has twice the display and twice the selection, plus no interest for 18 months. Don't miss the mid-year sale and clearance. Going on now at Ernie's in Ceresco and Ernie's Mattress First, Lincoln.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Homan. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome into your Sports Zone. Thanks for tuning in with us this Thursday night. Let's kick off this show talking some American Legion postseason baseball. The tournament set to begin tomorrow afternoon with 6 schools from Lincoln, all looking to represent the city, of course, and advance to the state tournament. Lincoln Southwest, Lincoln Southeast, North Star, Lincoln Pius, Lincoln Northwest, and Lincoln Northeast. The entire tournament all being played right here at Den Hartog Field. The first one getting going at 1 p.m. All 3 of those games spread out for tomorrow, 1, 4, and 7. You've got Pinnacle Bank, Lincoln Southwest taking on Judd's Bros, Lincoln Northeast, and J.C. Brager, which is Lincoln Southeast, going up against Strasburger Orthopedics, which is Lincoln Northwest. And then you have Anderson Ford and Union Bank, both Lincoln North Star and Lincoln Pius X. Well, the All-Star break is wrapped up as we officially head into the second half of the season. Let's talk some Lincoln Salt Dogs. They'll begin this second act this weekend back on the road versus Sioux Falls, and they'll aim to accomplish something they haven't done since 2022, make the postseason. Right now, they're in a great position to do so. This is their best record they've had coming out of the All-Star break since 2023, and as it stands, they're just 1 game back of a playoff spot in the West Division. So to start July, they've won 7 of 11 contests. We'll hope to keep that pace the rest of the way. Now, all 3 teams beginning their second half of this season. Tomorrow night, you've got Lincoln in a critical series versus Sioux Falls, as mentioned, versus the Canaries. Storm Chasers hosting Lehigh Valley, and the Kansas City Royals, well, look to hope to turn it around at home versus San Diego. Let's talk some pro golf as well. The British Open just getting going this weekend out in Southport, England. Jackson Suber today, it is open debut, shoots an opening round with a 65. How about that, with both Daniel Brown and Sung Jae Im in there at 4 under. 9 players in total at 3 under. They're tied for 4th. And of course, you got some big names like the defending champ himself, Scotty Scheffler, in at 2 under, and also Colin Morikawa in there as well. Look, I know it's summer, but we still got to talk some Husker Fall Sports Leagues. Believe it or not, we are just around the corner. Who's counting the days? Well, I am, in case you weren't. And look, we're getting pretty close. We're 42 days away from Nebraska volleyball tipping off their season in Arlington. Then 51 days, Husker football will kick off their season versus Ohio at home. And then soccer, only 20 days away for their first exhibition versus Colorado State on August 5th. Man, fall sports certainly is a lot of fun, and can't wait to see how this season shakes out. That's going to do it for a Sports Zone for now. Rod, go ahead and send it back over to you.
Thanks, Jake. We'll be right back.
The incredible store-wide moving sale at Kia of Lincoln is now in progress. It's an immediate and total clearance of every new Kia and every used vehicle. Why? We would rather sell you a vehicle at a greatly reduced price rather than move it. Get financing from 0% APR, new 27 Celtos starting at $24,900. Financing for everyone and more. Kia of Lincoln, 1145 North 48th Street, or online at kiaoflincoln.com. Now under new management, you'll love our new way of doing business.
Governor Pillen promised to lower Nebraskans' property taxes, which are some of the highest in the country. Pillen didn't lower our property taxes. Instead, he proposed to raise the state sales tax and gave tax cuts to the wealthiest Nebraskans. That's Governor Pillen's tax policy. High property taxes, higher sales tax, tax cuts for the wealthy. Contact Governor Pillen's property tax hotline and tell him to take executive action to lower taxes. Paid for by Your Nebraska.
Make any night electric when you spend it at Warhorse Casino. With over 800 slots, 12 table games, sports betting, and 100 screens for the latest horse races. It's entertainment your way for date night, game time, or anytime. Win your choice of speed versus utility at Warhorse Lincoln. Earn entries in July and August for your chance to choose a 2026 Corvette Stingray or GMC Sierra 1500. Only at Warhorse, where Nebraska wins.
If you have water in your basement, who can fix it? There's only one local family-owned company to call, Thrasher Foundation Repair. Only Thrasher has over 34,000 five-star reviews. Trust the Thrasher promise.
If you live in Nebraska and feel like your cost of living is going up, you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. Gas prices have gone up 60% this year alone. Groceries just had the biggest price hike in years, while healthcare is up 20%. These price hikes come to you directly from Congress. The war in Iran is driving up gas prices. Tariffs have made everyday goods more expensive, while cuts from the big beautiful bill have closed rural hospitals and driven up medical costs. Learn more at nebraskagroundswell.org/costs.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
Where you been, hey?
Little field research. Show them what we got. Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
And J.D. Power backs it up.
Ford is #1 in new vehicle quality, and F-Series are America's best-selling trucks.
Great deals, crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
Get 0% APR for 36 months and $1,000 toward your down payment on select Ford vehicles, plus a complimentary maintenance plan for 2 years.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
I'm packing.
Kimmel's all packed up for summer, and these guest hosts are moving in. Ike Barinholtz.
I'm a good guy.
Followed by Coleman Domingo, then Anthony Anderson. Jimmy Kimmel Live with summer guest hosts on ABC.
Tomorrow, temperatures back into the 90s we go. The heat index a little high, so I think we'll see a heat index in the middle and upper 90s, especially in eastern Nebraska. And we just get warmer from there through early next week. 98 on Sunday and Monday, back into the lower 90s on Tuesday, then the middle 80s with a chance for some rain Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
Those 80s will feel good.
Yes, they will.
All right, thank you, Rusty. And as always, thank you for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow. Hope you will too. Jimmy Kimmel's up next.
Come see us at our new South Point location. Locally owned, comfort-made mattress factory, handcrafted, built right here, and backed with a lifetime comfort guarantee.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.
As governor, Pete Ricketts ended Nebraska's tax on Social Security benefits. But Ricketts was just getting started. In the Senate, Ricketts led the fight to cut taxes on Social Security benefits for every single senior in America. Nebraska seniors paid in their whole life, from Lincoln to Washington. Pete Ricketts made sure they're never taxed twice. Call Pete Ricketts. Thank him for protecting Nebraska seniors and cutting taxes on Social Security benefits.
Dear Soccer, with Toyota's all-star lineup, everyone's game. From goalies to forwards and all their fans. Jump in, kick back, and let's go. Toyota. Get a great deal on the 2026 Tacoma with APR financing as low as 3.99% or lease Tacoma for just $299 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota.